I think I knew I wanted to play with you when Valorant came out, and I played the game, and I was like, I want to make a team in this game, and you were like literally the first person I thought of. That's why you were the first person I messaged. It was literally that's how it started. I'm pretty sure. I think that's literally how Magical started. Was I reached out to you first?
Yeah, it was me, and then you were like, if I would start a female team, it would be with you. I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
Yeah, that's just what I said.
That's exactly what you said.
I was like, if I was gonna ever start a female team, it was gonna be with you. Yeah. And then here we are.
Here we are. My name is Jasmine. I go by the in-game name of Jazzyk1ns, and this is my story presented by AT&T.
So the first time I heard about you, Jazzy, was when we played in like an open qualifier in CSGO together. I think it was, we were playing with Laura, who's like my best friend. We were playing with her, and it was just like a puck team that we made, and we got like destroyed. And I was supposed to be like IGL, but I could barely call, and it was on Inferno, and we just played it for fun.
Why do I not remember that?
You don't remember?
No, I don't. But was I good? I don't remember.
No, you were good. Everyone knew who you were in the scene. I knew who you were, and I was barely like really that into the scene. No, everyone knew who you were because you were 14 years old. You were playing advanced at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
guess
guess so.
Young prodigy.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Like, people knew who I was at the age of 14.
Dude, yeah, how else would I know about you?
I don't know. Obviously through Laura.
And how did she know about you? Because you're insane.
I guess so.
Getting into Counter-Strike was kind of hard. Like, that scene is like completely different from Valorant. Like, I feel like Counter-Strike scene was like really toxic too, and like I was like competing competitively in Counter-Strike. I was like 14, 13 at the time, and like the highest I got was to Advanced, which was like below MDL, which is like the Mountain Dew league, and then I was just like right underneath there, and at like 14, so I was like pretty proud of myself for getting that high in the league. But that only lasted like a couple months, and then that's when Valorant came out, and then I started playing that a lot more. I feel like for me, Counter-Strike was like really, I had no idea where to start, and like it like took me a while to like find like my friends and like people who I could like trust to like hang out with or like play with. So like when Valorant came out, I feel like there's like a lot more like Discords that came out, like Valorant's. I was like one of the first like communities for like women in gaming, and like Counter-Strike didn't have that at the time. So I was still like in the CS scene, and I told myself I wouldn't jump on the hype train about Valorant, and I was like completely like, no, I don't want to play 10 mans on Valorant. Like, you know, I'm not hopping on the hype train. But eventually, like, they kind of like forced me to get a Valorant key, and that's when I started like playing Valorant. It was like, I think it was like we started 10 mans first, and then I started playing like unrated, and then started playing ranked. Even before when ranked came out, I was actually grinding quite a bit, but I guess thanks to my old friend group, they like pushed me to download Valorant, so. I think my parents were a little bit sus about like me joining Cloud9, because they had no idea about like the esports scene, or like they didn't really know like there was like pros and like gaming, you know. So like having like my older brother like back me up and be like, this is huge, this is like a huge opportunity. They trust my brother, so yeah, they just were behind me 100%, my parents, so yeah. After the first Riot hosted event, which was the FTW Summer Showdown, and like we won first place, like 20 grand. Like before then, I don't think I've won anything like major like that. So it was kind of cool to like show it off to like my parents' family, friends, and like even my brother too, so. Doing high school for like 2 years while signed was like probably like the most stressful and like hardest thing I've had to do ever, just cause like you're kind of living like 2 different lives, like 8 hours of school, 8 hours of practice. Even school, like having time for homework, assignments, studying for tests, it wasn't easy. Like I was up like probably like 18 hours a day, if not more. And just like balancing like 2 different lives was like the hardest thing I have to do ever in my career. So most of my school, I feel like I actually knew who I was and like what I do. It's pretty crazy to me because like even like in the halls, people would be like, "Yo, are you C9 Jazzyk1ns?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Can I get a picture?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And it's just so funny, like, you know, to get like that recognition in person. And then obviously when I got my car, it has like the C9 branding on it, or like the C9 logo on the front. So like obviously like people knew like who I was. So taking a gap year was always like it was always what I was gonna do no matter what, just cause like I had the most stressful 2 years of my life so far. And I think a gap year would help a lot and see like how much I can improve without living this double life and like always being stressed. I'm like super excited to like commit my all into, you know, practicing 8 hours a day, if not like even more, putting like extra effort and like helping with like VOD review or like just ranked would like help me improve more, because like with school I couldn't even like play ranked on my own time. If not, like it would have to be like when I finish all my assignments and like have nothing else to do. But yeah, I would say like obviously gaming is like my passion, and it's always been like throughout my life. But I was really into like sports a lot before I even like got signed. I was into like basketball, soccer, a little bit of hockey, but I didn't really go anywhere in that scene just because my parents, they didn't like have enough money to fund like me in like sports because it was just too expensive. But I'd say gaming was always my passion. I kind of wanna be like the next Tens, you know? Like, I don't know, like I wanna be known for like being sick at what I do, because I know Tens is like really good mechanically. He has good game sense, and he's just like I said, like he's just known for what he does, and he's really good at it, and I want to be the same. So, well, I kind of just like grew up like that, because my parents always told me to like stay humble, no matter like how successful you are, just be humble. This is just what I was always told. It's like ingrained in my head at this point. Competing at the top while like still being like super nice to others, I feel like it's honestly not that hard to be nice, to be honest. It's like the easiest thing to do. So I was just always nice, I guess. So.